Bill Gaylord here with the American Dream, and we are going to have a fun segment today. We are going to go around the United States. We're going to visit some different markets. First, we're going to go to Nurit in the Maryland, D.C. market. Then we're going to go to Sara Lyn in the Houston metro market. And then we're going to scooch on over and we're going to go see Jen in the Portland, Oregon market. So guys, thanks so much for joining us today. And I can't wait for our discussion.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So Nurit, let's just start with you. We're going to talk a little bit about how the pandemic has affected the market and maybe some things that have changed and what you're doing differently than you did before the pandemic.
Sure. So, of course, the market had slowed down. We had started this year with a bang. January was so strong and February was so strong. And then, boom, we had to stop. We had to stay home. So it did affect the market. But it's interesting that prices are still holding. We do have demand, a lot of buyers out there because rates are low. We don't have as many listings, so it's very short in listings. So this is also affecting the market. So it seems like we're standing, sellers standing on the ground in terms of the price, and things are selling. We just have less transactions. So in terms of how it affected, in terms of how we doing differently, we completely changed a lot of the things we're doing in terms of the situation right now, because showings, for example, we have to sellers don't really want to have people coming into their house, so we make sure that they see the 3D. So we have 3D videos, 3D tours, videos, all sorts of beautiful pictures, and we make sure that the buyers actually review everything. Sometimes we just go and do FaceTime or Zoom call with them and show them the house. We confirm that the buyers right now in this market are very strong, serious buyers. Mm-hmm. So we make sure that they review the house, and then we do by appointment only. So no more open houses. We meet the client, gloves, face masks. We have extra face masks, extra gloves, sanitizers. We let the client go in, take a look at the house, then they come out. We go in, we take a look at the house, we come out, and then we talk outside, 6 feet away about the house. So there's a lot of changes. We do
lots of changes, adapting to the marketplace. You've got, that's quite an incredible service. And I got to believe that the buyer moving in there is going to be very comfortable going in, knowing that it has been completely sanitized through that. So Sara Lyn, let's get to you and your marketplace and what's happening. What kind of changes have you had to make in your market, and where do you think it's going to go?
In the Houston market, with a lot of the similar things, drive-by closings, virtual closings, a lot more agents are jumping on the bandwagon of doing virtual tours, 3D tours, Matterport. I had already had those in my book of business for several years. So the good thing is there wasn't a learning curve for me or for any of my clients on some of that. And I had done digital signatures for years. But in terms of Houston market, we've seen, showings year over year are down about 50%. But there's still good traction. There's still good sales volumes going on. I think it's a lot more legwork ahead of time, really narrowing down the list with buyers, what they want to see. Again, making sure they're really serious buyers. We're kind of looking at this like this is a season of being in the winter season, which is typically slower for us. The showings that are there are really good, solid clients. The Houston market has good industry diversification with a large medical population, large IT group. So we have some industries that are really stable where those folks are still wanting to buy, and interest rates are low. So the market here so far has been obviously slower, but has been steady.
So pretty strong. It sounds like there's inventory that's not a lot more coming on, but there's still enough buyers for that inventory out there. and people are finding their homes and whatnot. So Jen, let's go into your marketplace, Portland, Oregon, very fast moving market. I know it's been great over the last few years. Tell us what's happened since the pandemic and what kind of changes have you made to try and adapt to this?
So I think that it's a lot like the other ladies have mentioned, that it is about what do our clients need in both degrees of sellers and buyers. Mm-hmm. Our market's still moving. We were only at just over a month of inventory when we went into this. So we were already having an inventory shortage. We also, right before this, had multiple offer situations on almost every house. And so all of that has played into the fact that our businesses are still moving forward because we had this huge backlog of buyers that were getting outbid. So our buyers are loving it. Our buyers are actually still able to get into houses with less competition. So that's really cool. And then for our sellers, it's the other way around, that vacant houses, super easy to social distance and do our normal, or do not our new normal, I guess, our new normal with them. But the occupied homes, very much, we do what are called Matterport tours. We've been doing it for years, just like Sara mentioned, so that you can go in, turn all the way 360 degrees. It's almost like you could almost open your own cabinet while you're in the house. And so until people have seen that and we have a pre-approval letter in hand and know that they're qualified buyers, it's just slowed down what it's like to be a buyer, and change for how it is to be a seller, having other people in through your house. But my team's also switched gears a lot, and I've been doing this for 17 years. So to go back to what I think our real job is, which is being a community connector. And so we've spent a lot of time really digging into what does our community need? How many parades are we organizing for this week? How many client parties over virtual are we doing, to just give people something else to focus on?
Yeah, well, I love the innovation of real estate and real estate agents and people in the real estate industry. And I think it will continue to evolve. I have one last question. It's rapid fire, simple answer from you all. I'm going to start with Nurit. Nurit, in your marketplace, will values, the median home price, be higher or lower in 2020 in the home price?
So we haven't seen depreciation yet. And it really depends how long we're going to stay in this pandemic situation and what's going to happen to the employment. Because really what drives here is people's salaries. People going to lose their jobs or going to go right back to employment? And then the lender is also tightening up lending because they're worried about it as well. So that's really what's going to define the pricing eventually, or the demand on how many houses we're going to sell. So in my opinion,
I'm putting you on the spot, Nurit. Are they going to be up or are they going to be down? What's your guess?
I don't think we're going to be down. I don't think we're going to be down. I think we're going to stay with a normal appreciation of 3% or so. And in 2021, definitely going to go up.
Okay, good. And then how about you, Sara Lyn? Are they going to be up in your area or down by the end of 2020?
2020, my hope and prayer is that they're up, but I'm a data nerd, so I've been watching all of this. And after 9/11, the recession that we went into after that, the data shows in most markets the real estate values went up. So this is sort of a screeching halt, similar to that. So with our economy coming back, I think I'm gonna shoot for optimistically up.
Optimistically up, and then. Jen, what are you thinking in the Portland area?
I think up as well. I think that we just have such an inventory shortage and people are still moving here. So there's no place for it to go but up.
Well, good. Well, you guys have been terrific. Love the conversation. Keep killing it in your marketplace. Be those power players. And we really appreciate your time today. And we'll see you soon. This is Gaylord out. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Gaylord.
Welcome.